This week is the 45th Ryder Cup played at Bethpage State Park's Black Course in Farmingdale, New York on Long Island. It's going to be a boisterous scene as 12 Americans team together to take on a team of 12 Europeans that look an awful lot like the team that won these matches in Italy in 2023. I'm Ryan Ballengee with Golf Newsnet here with a primer. For those of you who might not be familiar with the Ryder Cup or just need a little bit of a reminder about what's to happen over Friday through Sunday again at Bethpage State Park's Black Course on Long Island in New York in the United States. This is a golf course that has hosted multiple majors, including the 2002 and 2009 U.S. Opens, as well as the 2019 PGA Championship. This is the first time this venue, however, a publicly accessible golf course, will host the Ryder Cup. It's a big deal. As mentioned, there are 12 Americans on one team, captained by Keegan Bradley, the number 13 player in the world, who opted not to pick himself for his own team, even though he unilaterally could have. The team is led by the likes of world number one Scottie Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, the U.S. Open champion J.J. Spaun, Justin Thomas, and many new faces on this team. Contrast that with the European side, captained by Luke Donald once again after winning in Europe in 2023 in Italy as a substitute captain for Henrik Stenson, who abandoned the captainship to play on Live Golf. Donald was invited to come back to try to do something that's very hard to do, win on foreign soil. However, he returns 11 of the 12 guys he had on his team at Marco Simone in Italy. The only difference is in the first name of the 12th guy. Nikolai Højgaard and his brother Rasmus Højgaard are swapping places. Rasmus is on the team. This time, Nikolai will be on the bench. Both teams have assistant captains who help them throughout the decision-making process over these several days. Practice rounds will be played Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There'll be an opening ceremony on Thursday led by the American side. The PGA of America runs the Ryder Cups on the American soil. There's a consortium mostly led by the European Tour Group that runs the European-based Ryder Cups. All their processes are pretty similar but different. The format stays the same regardless of the event being played on American soil or European soil. It's a 3-day event with 28 total matches played over 3 different formats. On Friday and Saturday, though, there are 2 4-match sessions in 2 different formats. And in this Ryder Cup, the Americans, as the host, have chosen to play foursomes in the morning. So a 4-match session of foursomes, which we also know as alternate shot. In that format, 2-player teams take on one another. And in each team, you have a batting order of sorts. So there's one player, player A, who will hit on all of the odd number holes to start the hole. Player B will start on all of the even numbered holes. Same thing will apply to the European side. And they will alternate the players who hit those shots on each individual hole until the ball is holed by each team or until the hole is won by one team or another. The lowest score between the combined players hitting shots in alternating fashion, they win the hole. Win the most holes at the end of the match, you win the match. That's worth 1 point to your team. If at the end, the number of holes won is even and the match is tied, then both teams get a half point. If you lose, you get no points. In the afternoon on both Friday and Saturday is the Fourball format, which is also known as best ball to a lot of American viewers. And in that format, again, it's a 2-on-2 match, 2 Americans versus 2 Europeans. But this time they're playing, as the name implies, with 4 balls. So each player will play out their own ball individually from tee to green, no alternate shot, no differentiation on who tees off based on the hole. The better ball, the better score of the sides is what's used to compare on that hole. So if the American side makes a 4 and a 3, their score is 3. If on the European side their score is 4 and a 4, their best score is 4. The Americans win the hole with a score of 3 in that scenario. Play this as match play. Just like in the alternate shot format, win the most holes, you win the match. You get a point for your team. If you win the same number of holes as your opponent, then you guys split the point, 0.5 points, no points for a loss. Then on Sunday, every player, all 24, have to compete in Sunday singles. There are 12 individual matches pitting one individual from USA versus one individual from Europe in an 18-hole match to determine a point, half point, or 0 points, depending on the outcome of that match for each side. Those matches, just like the ones on Friday and Saturday, those lineups are all submitted via blind draw. So one captain, Captain Keegan Bradley for the U.S., is not aware of what Captain Luke Donald for Europe is doing or submitting. They are revealed in real time once they are received, and nothing can be changed once the lineups are submitted. So there is strategy to determining when you send out your strongest players, when you send out your weakest players, and the order in which you are trying to accomplish that. At the end of the day, the goal is to win a majority of the points. If you win 14.5 points, you win the Ryder Cup, regardless of whether you won last time or you are challenging this time. In the Americans' case, they have to win 14.5 points to win the Ryder Cup. The Europeans get the advantage of being the prior winners. They have to attain 14 points to retain the Ryder Cup. So in the event of a tie, they get to keep the Ryder Cup. They can also win outright with 14.5 points. In the end, it's one of the best spectators events in golf. It's one of the most highly contested, most heated, most emotional weekends in golf every 2 years. And we're going to get to see it play out again for the 45th time this weekend in New York.